I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. So we are now reading the story of Korihor, the Antichrist, the perfect modern-day atheist. His doctrine is that there is no God, death is the end of everything, so what you do in this life, you get what the strongest will prevail, the more intelligent get more, and nothing you do is a crime. There is no morality because there is no God. That's his basic doctrine. He's been preaching this among the Nephites. He has a lot of people drawn, well, I wouldn't say a lot of people, there are a number of people who are drawn away by him, but when he goes to the land of Jershon among the people of Ammon, they bind him and take him before Ammon. Now that's where we left off. We're in chapter 30. We're picking this up in verse 21, and this time we will read verses 21 through 38. And it came to pass that he caused that he should be carried out of the land, and he came over into the land of Gideon, and began to preach unto them also. And here he did not have much success, for he was taken and bound and carried before the high priest, and also the chief judge over the land. And it came to pass that the high priest said unto him, Why do ye go about perverting the ways of the Lord? Why do ye teach this people that there shall be no Christ, to interrupt their rejoicings? Why do ye speak against all the prophecies of the holy prophets? Now the high priest's name was Giddonah. And Korihor said unto him, Because I do not teach the foolish traditions of your fathers, and because I do not teach this people to bind themselves down under the foolish ordinances and performances which are laid down by ancient priests, to usurp power and authority over them, to keep them in ignorance, that they may not lift up their heads, but be brought down according to thy words. Ye say that this people is a free people. Behold, I say they are in bondage. Ye say that those ancient prophecies are true, but I say that ye do not know that they are true. Ye say that this people is a guilty and a fallen people because of the transgression of a parent. Behold, I say that a child is not guilty because of its parents. And ye also say that Christ shall come. But behold, I say that ye do not know that there shall be a Christ. And ye say also that he shall be slain for the sins of the world. And thus ye lead away this people after the foolish traditions of your fathers, and according to your own desires, and keep them down, even as it were in bondage, that ye may glut yourselves with the labors of their hands, that they durst not look up with boldness, and that they durst not enjoy their rights and privileges. Yea, they durst not make use of that which is their own, lest they should offend their priests, who do yoke them according to their desires, and have brought them to believe by their traditions and their dreams and their whims and their visions and their pretended mysteries, that they should, if they did not do according to their words, offend some unknown being, who they say is God, a being who never has been seen or known, who never was nor ever will be. Now when the high priest and the chief judge saw the hardness of his heart, yea, when they saw that he would revile even against God, they would not make any reply to his words, but they caused that he should be bound, and they delivered him up into the hands of the officers, and sent him to the land of Zarahemla, that he might be brought before Alma and the chief judge, who was the governor over all the land. And it came to pass that when he was brought before Alma and the chief judge, he did go on in the same manner as he did in the land of Gideon. Yea, he went on to blaspheme. And he did rise up in great swelling words before Alma, and did revile against the priests and teachers, accusing them of leading away the people after the silly traditions of their fathers for the sake of glutting on the labors of the people. Now Alma said unto him, Thou knowest that we do not glut ourselves upon the labors of the people. For behold, I have labored even from the commencement of the reign of the judges until now with mine own hands for my support, notwithstanding my many travels round about the land to declare the word of God unto my people. And notwithstanding the many labors which I have performed in the church, I have never received so much as even one senine for my labor, neither has any of my brethren, save it were in the judgment seat. And then we have received only according to the law for our time. And now, if we do not receive anything for our labors in the church, what doth it profit us to labor in the church, save it were to declare the truth, that we may have rejoicings in the joy of our brethren? Then why sayest thou that we preach unto this people to get gain, when thou of thyself knowest that we receive no gain? And now believest thou that we deceive this people, that causeth such joy in their hearts? And Korihor answered him, Yea. And then Alma said unto him, Believest thou that there is a God? And he answered, Nay. We're going to leave that there. We now have this confrontation between Alma and Korihor. Note that this is not just before the high priest. The chief judge is also there. So he goes to Jershon and tries to spread this nonsense. The people bring him before Ammon, the high priest. They don't bring him before the king. Now, the anti-Nephi-Lehis are now the people of Ammon. They have a king. And I think that king is still their political leader. He would have been their chief judge. But they bring him before Ammon because Ammon is the high priest. And Korihor is not guilty of a crime. He is just preaching against the gospel. So they bring him to the high priest. And he's given authority and just kicks him out of the land. He then goes to Gideon. And I like that he again has not much success because the people of Gideon are also wary of him. But he is again brought before the high priest, and it is the high priest that questions him, not the chief judge. The chief judge is there, but it is not the chief judge that is questioning him because he has not committed a crime. He's not being tried, he's being cross-examined. When they can do nothing with him, when they realize he is too hardened, they send him to Zarahemla, to the highest authority, the high priest over the whole church, and the chief judge over all the land. This is Alma and Nephi. But notice Korihor's words again. What is he saying to them? Being bound down by foolish traditions laid down by ancient priests to usurp power and authority. This is basically what people say about religion today. Religion is an old system created to maintain authority over others. That's the only purpose for religion. Very common belief in the modern day. And then behold, I say that ye do not know that they are true. What is the most common argument that atheists make against faith? You know, whenever I talk to people, I've had conversations online, I've had conversations in person, and it's, what's the proof? What's the evidence? It's, God told me. He has spoken to me. I know it is true. Because of the experiences that I've had, I know. Well, that's not proof. You can't really know that. No, I can know it. You may not know it because you haven't experienced it, but I know it. Well, that's what he's saying here. There is no proof. There is no evidence. You cannot know it because you don't have physical proof, is what they're really talking about. That's what he's talking about here. He's talking about you can't lay it out as a scientific experiment. You can't provide that kind of evidence, and therefore, I don't believe you know anything. This is the modern atheist manifesto right here. And of course, we also have this accusation that, and I love the way he puts it there, to glut themselves on the labors of the people. This is a common, generally universal accusation against others, against religion, that atheists will make. But, as I said, this Korihor is laying out the modern atheist manifesto here. Everything he is saying is what modern atheists say. There's nothing new in the modern day. As the book of Ecclesiastes says, there's nothing new under the sun. It is all the same. But we leave that here. We will finish this chapter in the next video, so I will see you there.